After the chaos of Tokyo, we escaped to a quieter side of Japan. Mountain views, countryside walks, and an unexpectedly drunken karaoke night with a group of Americans. This is the Izu Peninsula. Located roughly 100 kilometers south of Tokyo, the Izu Peninsula combines natural beauty, including stunning views of Mount Fuji, along with important historical sites. How much could we explore in a day and a half? Let's find out. Checked out of our hotel, we headed to the nearest station and onto our first ever Shinkansen to depart from Tokyo. This leg of the journey took just over an hour, and I was equipped with an ekiben, that's a train bento, as well as my book. Ekiben have been sold at Japanese train stations for well over a century, and make train journeys feel a little bit more civilised than the sad meal deal I'd usually grab back home. Arriving at Mishima Station, it was on to the Izu Hakone line, and my first proper indicator that things aren't built for tall people in Japan, before finishing off the journey to our hotel with a short bus ride. Called New Hakkaen, it cost us £46 a night each, and while it definitely looked a bit old, Chris said it had vibes of the Overlook Hotel from The Shining, I actually really liked it. Very traditional, very quiet, potentially haunted?
Nice ryokan style room. Well, a lovely, lovely view. It's a pretty nice view. Look at that. Right, let's head up to the cable car. Eh?
The cable car costs 3,000 yen for a round trip, about £14. And once again you get to enjoy mine, and this time Chris's, fear of heights.
I know you. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of cable cars either, but for, I guess, two people that aren't really good with heights, I don't know, cable cars, I think they're alright.
We're okay, it's just I much prefer it when we're on the mountain itself, rather than like you're closer, rather than being...
I don't know, I feel like cable cars are just kind of more secure, really. They just feel more secure, so I feel more secure. Wow, yeah, I mean, yeah, the old fear of heights did kick in a little bit there.
100% worth it once you're at the top though.
That is stunning.
That must be Fuji up there.
Yeah, the setup overall up here is just, yeah, it's gorgeous.
The landscape work that's been done up here is beautiful and blends perfectly with the surroundings. The Japanese really do know how to make a lovely garden.
No, you've got like, all these places to sit, and it's like, you know, it looks, you know, fairly new.
Yeah.
Well, and there's, I know it's what, you know, a Monday evening, but there's practically no one up here.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Do you want to take a photo of you there?
Nah.
No?
Yeah, maybe. Go on then. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
There's even a small temple up here, so visitors can stop and pray while taking in the views. I think this part, the 360 Aqua Ring, was my favourite. On a clear day you can see Mount Fuji in the distance. And although the clouds were being a bit selfish during our visit, I still think this is an absolute must-do in the Izu area.
You're not going to get many better views than that, are you?
No. Problem is, like 8 AM at home, so no, like I'd like live stream or something.
Sadly, the little foot bath was shut off by the time we decided to try it, so a matcha ice cream had to suffice. Tough life.
Oh yeah.
Do I not like this?
Here we go again. Oh Jesus!
It's not so bad because you can't see.
Oh no, in terms of like heights.
Well,
no,
this is because you've got the chair. It's not even the height. It's because I can't see what's directly down. I just see the view that we're.
No, that's fine, but it's just, I mean, just what an insane view.
Might say that was the highlight so far, do you reckon?
It was, yeah, for me. For me, Clive, that was the highlight.
And for me too.
Hajimemashite, onegaishimasu.
Yeah, just got back from the onsen, which obviously we can't show you because it involves getting naked. But it was stunning. The views were incredible. And yeah, it was just all around a fantastic experience. Now time to head out for dinner. Chris had scouted out a local izakaya, basically Japan's answer to a pub. And while we started sensibly enough with a beer each, the night then took a very unexpected turn when an American tour group arrived, and we got happily dragged into an evening of karaoke. Thankfully it wasn't just us Westerners singing either, locals joined in too, and before long the whole place was belting out absolute bangers together.
You were working as a wait. Oh, is it even on? No. When I met you. There you go. Don't you want me? Don't you want me? Oh.
That turned out to be a quality night in the end.
Just wanted a bit of grub, and we barely got any grub, got all the drinks. And got to sing.
All the drinks, barely any food, got to sing.
We wanted not a private room as well.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, just very, very unexpected. But yeah, quality night. The next morning started with a buffet breakfast at the hotel before heading out to the Nirayama Reverberatory Furnace. On the walk there, we finally got a proper glimpse of Mount Fuji peeking out through the clouds. The furnace has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 2015, having been originally built in the 1850s towards the end of the Edo period. It played a role in Japan's industrial modernization, casting cannons to strengthen coastal defences after American warships arrived and forced Japan to reopen to the outside world after centuries of isolation. A stroll through the countryside, including a bit of bamboo forest, brought us to the Egawa Residence, a former samurai house with buildings dating back to the early 1600s. Its most famous resident, Egawa Hidetatsu, was a military ruler responsible for the construction of the nearby Nirayama Reverberatory Furnace. He's also apparently known as the father of Japanese bread, after baking Japan's first domestically made bread in 1842 as military rations for soldiers. Quite the career. The main building features an early earthquake-resistant design using geometric wooden framing, while inside you've got the classic Japanese aesthetic of tatami mats and sliding doors, along with another reminder that the average height here is not catered to me personally. The smaller buildings contain museum pieces and historical information, and overall it was a genuinely interesting place to explore. One more glimpse of Mount Fuji before the clouds swallowed it up again for the rest of the day. Another kalpis for refreshment. Honestly, I'm addicted to the stuff at this point, followed by a leisurely stroll back into town. So, there are a lot of waterfalls in this part of Japan, and I picked Joren Falls to visit, mainly because there's also a wasabi farm there, and according to the internet, you could sample fresh wasabi products. Lovely stuff. Just a casual 45 minutes each way on the bus. The waterfall itself was very pretty, dropping around 25 metres into the forest below, and you can see the fresh wasabi growing nearby in the clear spring water that it needs to survive. However, by the time we got there, the riverside shop was shut, and so were the food vendors up at the street level. Well, that was a bit of a cock-up on my part. We didn't bother with a proper dinner that evening, instead grabbing sandos and snacks from the local 7-Eleven before finishing the night with a dip in the hotel onsen. The following morning brought more glorious views of Mount Fuji as we checked out and set off on the next leg of this Japan adventure. So, my final thoughts on the Izu area. After Tokyo, it was a very welcome change of pace. Quieter, more relaxing, greener, and with luscious scenery everywhere you looked. But like Tokyo, I do believe this is somewhere that deserves more time than we gave it. You can do day trips here from Tokyo, but to do it properly, I'd recommend 2 to 3 days, maybe even hire a car to get around. In terms of natural beauty, incredible, but there was one place in Japan that topped it for me. But we'll get to that in a later video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please join me for the next one where Chris and I head off to Kyoto. Have a good one, and I'll catch you next time.